All right, guys, let's get some MLB picks and props for Saturday, May 25th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, we're slowly climbing ourselves out of the hole that we dug ourselves in. But I'm 0-0 today so far. I did give out the over 8.5 total runs in the Blue Jays versus Tigers game. That game has started, but nothing to note on it yet.
Yeah, I'm 0-0 as well. We are recording early. I gave out the Brewers and the Red Sox under 9.5 runs. We are through 2 innings. We have no runs on the board, so it's looking good so far. Trey, let's go with the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, 0-0 here, kind of frustrating. I gave out Corey Seager 2 days ago, didn't play, hit a home run in the first inning. But I did give out Marcus Semien over 1.5 total bases versus the Twins. He was on the base whenever Corey Seager hit a home run, but he got there by a walk, so nothing to note for that. Also gave out Yu Darvish over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Yankees. I think that game is about to start, so nothing to note.
Yeah, and I've got Nico Horner over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals. Also have Zach Gallen under 2.5 earned runs going against the Marlins. Both of those games have not started yet, but hopefully once we get off here, we're going to watch them. Hopefully we go 2-0. Trey, let's go to the place for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about this Cleveland Guardians going up against Los Angeles Angels game, and I think this one's going to be a pretty fun one to watch. That's because there's going to be a lot of runs being scored. I'm going to give you guys two plays, a game pick and a over play. Give me the Guardians on the money line and the over 7.5 total runs as well. You can parlay that and get it nice and juiced. But the Guardians, they're throwing out Tanner Bybee in this game, who I absolutely loved last year during his rookie season. But in his sophomore year, he's kind of had an up and down year so far, but he has a 2-1 record with a 3.93 ERA with a 1.23 whip. Bybee, he has one of the worst fastballs in the major leagues, and it's just been getting lit up this year. But his curveball and his sliders actually both ranked in the top 5% in the MLB. So maybe he just needs to just cut that fastball off and just start throwing a lot of breaking balls. And hopefully we see that in this game. And the Angels, they're throwing out Jose Soriano in this one. And Soriano, he has a 2-4 record with a 3.3 ERA paired with a 1.23 whip. And Soriano, he has had a much improved season so far this year and has one of the hardest fastball velos this season. Neither pitcher, like I said, has been overly impressive, but the Guardians, they have the best bullpen in the MLB when it comes to team ERA. So that's why I love the Guardians to win this game by the end of it. But these two starting pitchers should allow for 5+, 6+ runs allowed here. Then we only need 2 to 3 from the bullpen, which I think is easily doable. Cleveland, they have one of the best offenses in the MLB. They average 4.8 runs per game, which is ranked in the top 5 in the major leagues. Look for them to do some damage here. Give me the Guardians on the money line versus the Angels and the over 7.5 total runs as well.
Yeah, Trey, I like the plays there for you. For my play today, we're going to be looking at the Yankees going up against the Padres. I like both the guys on the mound. We've got Stroman going for the Yankees. He's been fantastic over the last several starts. The other side, we've got Dylan Cease, who has been the best star for the Padres besides Yu Darvish this year. I'm going to take the under of the game between the two teams. Looking at the numbers for Marcus Stroman, he struggled over the first 6 games of the season, but looking at the last 4 games, he has been very good, especially over the last 2. Marcus Stroman has now gone back-to-back games, pitching 6+ innings, which is something that he never does. And he's only given up a combined 5 hits and 1 run in those 2 games. His 1 run, it came off a solo shot against the Mariners after he went 7+ innings. He's coming into this game with a 3.05 ERA, a 1.30 whip. But I do think those numbers are a little bit inflated because of how bad he was in the first 6 games of the year. The Padres this season have been a very hit-or-miss team, and I think Marcus Stroman on the mound, they're going to struggle in this one. And for the Padres, they're going to have Dylan Cease on the mound, who has had 3 bad starts this year, but he's also had 6 really good starts. He's had back-to-back bad performances. I think he's going to bounce back in a big way going up against the Yankees in this one. They have a lot of power in that lineup, but Dylan Cease can counter that with the strikeout ability. Dylan is coming in with a 3.05 ERA, but just a couple weeks ago, he had a 1.82 ERA. Despite his struggles over the last couple games, he still has a sub-1 whip, 0.93. He's only given up 5 home runs on the season, and 3 of those 5 have come over the last 2 games. We have seen him work the entire season without giving up home runs. He's just going through a little bit of a rough patch. The Yankees, with all that power, they love to hit home runs, and Dylan has been very good at keeping the ball in the ballpark. I think both of these starting pitchers will be able to give us a lot of innings and keep the runs to a minimum. So I'm going to take the under here. What we got? Under 7.5. That's where I thought it was going to be. I'll go under 7.5 runs as the play. Trey, let's go with the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Mr. MVP himself, Ronald Acuna Jr., over 1.5 total bases versus the Pirates. I love this over for Acuna in this game because we're going to see him dominate in this one. I'm all here for it because Acuna, he's in a little bit of a slump right now. Over his last 5 games, he only has a 238 batting average, but he does have a double and a triple over that span, so he's still getting those total bases. But I believe that we're going to see Acuna go off in this game and have an MVP-like game. and that is because of his matchup here versus the Pirates. Pittsburgh, they're throwing out Mitch Keller, who has had an up-and-down season so far, but historically, Acuna just dominates this matchup. These two guys, they faced off in 15 career at-bats, and Acuna, he has 15 total bases in those at-bats. So that's an average of 1 total base per at-bat against Keller, and that's because he has 3 dingers and has a 400 batting average against him. Look for him to have a quick start to this game. Give me Ronald Acuna Jr. to go over 1.5 total bases versus the Pirates.
Yep, I do like it there. For my batting prop, I'm going to take J.J. Bleday of the Athletics to go over 1.5 bases against the Astros. We're going to have Spencer Arrighetti on the mound for the Astros, and I have to attack this guy every time I see him. It was a little bit tougher trying to pick a guy from the Athletics because they don't have a ton of talent on that team, but J.J. Bleday has been pretty good this year, and J.J. this season hasn't been able to hit anything except for a fastball, and whenever you go on Baseball Savant, 44 total hits this season, 38 of the 44 have been against a four-seam fastball. Luckily for him in this matchup, not only does Spencer throw his fastball the most of any of his pitches, but it's the worst pitch that he throws. He throws it 42.5% of the time to opposing teams, and teams are hitting 382 off of that pitch. That is probably the reason why his ERA coming into this game is hovering around 8. And if we look at JJ's stats this season against the fastball, they're very good as well. He has seen the fastball at the plate 31.8% of the time per pitch, and he's hitting that at a clip of 361. I'm not sure why opposing teams can continue to throw the fastball, because if you look at his other pitches that he hits against, he's horrible against all of them. But everybody throws him the fastball, and he's been able to hit it pretty well this season. So I'm going to take him over 1.5 bases as the play here. Trey, let's go with the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Aaron Civale to go under 4.5 strikeouts going up against the Royals. I love this under for Civale in this game, even though he is averaging over this number per start. And Civale, he's pitched in 10 total games this year. He has a 5.92 ERA paired with a 1.37 whip. So he has gotten lit up for much of the season, and I do expect that to continue here in this one. And like I said, Civale, he does average 5.2 strikeouts per game, which is right at this number. But I believe that we're going to see Civale hit under this number for 2 reasons. The first reason is because the Royals, they can put up some runs on you pretty quickly, thus forcing the pitcher to have an early day and not accumulate some strikeouts. Kansas City, they averaged 2.37 runs per game in the first 5 innings, which is ranked in the top half of the MLB. And Kansas City, they also refuse to strike out at the plate. They only strike out an average of 6.9 times per game, which is the second lowest in the major leagues. I just doubt that Civale can get to that 5 strikeout number against this Kansas City Royals team. So give me Aaron Civale to go under 4.5 strikeouts versus the Royals.
Yeah, Trey, I'd like to play there for you. For my pitching prop, I'm taking Mitch Keller of the Pirates to go under 2.5 earned runs going up against the Braves. Probably not going to be a popular play because everybody thinks the Braves are a really good team. They are a really good team. I know that they struggled last season, and they're kind of struggling again this season scoring runs. I'm going to take Mitch Keller here, though, to dominate them. Mitch Keller, he's been struggling early in the season, but he's finally found something over the last 3 games. Over the last 3 games, he's now dropped his ERA 1.50 points, having a 3.84 ERA and a 1.28 whip. It all started with a complete game against the Angels. He went 9 innings, gave up 5 hits, just 1 run, and then he backed that up by giving up 8 hits against the Brewers, but he found a way to get out of all of his jams, striking out 7, and he did not allow a run. He's only given up a total of 3 runs over the last 3 games. He's been able to go 6+ innings in all of these games as well. The Braves offensively, they haven't been the best team in the world, and I know that Mitch Keller is going to give up hits in this game, probably hopefully to Ronald Acuna Jr. for Trey, but he's able to get himself out of all of these jams. I know they have all those superstars, but the way that Mitch Keller's been playing and the way he's been pitching, I'm going to take him here, under 2.5 earned runs as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. How do you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went the Guardians on the money line versus the Angels and the over 7.5 total runs in this game as well. A little 2-play action for you guys. Also going with Ronald Acuna Jr. over 1.5 total bases versus the Pirates. Yes, I agree. Mitch Keller has been good. Hopefully his only hits are to Ronald Acuna Jr. in this game. Also going with Aaron Civale under 4.5 strikeouts versus Kansas City. Kansas City, they do not strike out, and they put runs on you. I think Civale's going to have a quick day.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Yankees and the Padres. Marcus Stroman against Cease, under 7.5 runs. Love both those guys on the mound. They've been pitching really well. And they give me J.J. Bleday of the Athletics over 1.5 bases, hopefully off a fastball against Spencer Arrighetti. He's going to send one far out of the stands. And then Mitch Keller, under 2.5 earned runs against the Braves. Braves, offensively, they have not been great this season. Hopefully that continues here for Mitch Keller. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB Picks and Props for Saturday, May 25th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,